All right, here we are. We have a mixed bag of news. This is from the Post, from yesterday's Post, and there are good signs and there are bad signs. Good sign, there's pistol packing Pilates. Some of these ladies are starting to pack heat, and when they do their Pilates classes, they shoot the guns. Now, the good thing about this is I think these girls tend to be on the little conservative side, but they're here in the belly of the beast of the left-wing commie Bolshevik blue states. Yet they're going to fight back. So when these psychopaths that they're letting go out of nowhere, and these radical leftists come to their houses to do their dirty deeds, bang, maybe in self-defense of their homeland, which is their personal property of who they are. And they say, no, we shouldn't have guns. Oh, it's your guns. And the criminals will kill you with their bare hands or a knife or a machete. Come on. Guns is the only thing that's keeping us from becoming into a Bolshevik revolution here, and totally from the top to the bottom. Because half the people know how dangerous the left is in totalitarians. Half of that's one third, I should say. Another third is actually commies. And the third part is people who don't know what's going on. They're so wrapped up in their own little lives that they don't see the dangers here. That's the way they didn't see in the Soviet Union when the commies took over there. Ay, 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 what a hell. Anyway, and now, meanwhile, our Pope is on the side of the left there. He wants unlimited immigration. What is he talking about, our Pope? Well, he's from Chicago. What can I say? He's a liberal. Just because you get to be a pope, don't mean you get intelligent. You're still the same guy you were before, only you're the pope now, and infallible, supposedly. Now, I know the infallible, he's putting himself against the true representative of God here on earth, Mr. Trump. Oh, yeah. Trump is ordained by higher power, or the highest of powers, to save the earth from the commies. It's true. And Donnie's already getting his victory laps ready. You know, he's going to have a ballroom that he's building all by himself with, some government money, but also a lot of money. He's providing himself $1 billion to have like a bunker situation underneath the White House. Just in case the commies start an uprising, he'll be safe and he can have his parties. Yeah, he's also doing stuff right now in New York. He's going to have the Grand Central Station, instead of being a junkie haven, be a haven for good citizens. He's going to put it in gold. He loves the color gold. Me, I'm a silver man myself. And he's gonna have a big thing saying Trump. Now you think all the commies will not like that? Well, no, they won't, and they would desecrate this temple of to capitalism and to Trumpism. But in about a year or two, they'll be on the run entirely. As the commies, the Bolsheviks start ruining the city. You know what they're doing? They're going to seize all the personal properties of landlords, and turn it over to the Politburos. So what will happen is their cronies and also their constituents, which is mostly junkies and freeloaders, will inherit those apartments, buildings that are not up to snuff. But what they're doing is because they got rent control, these guys, the landlords, the smaller ones, can't repair the buildings. Boy, it's a complicated situation. They they're giving the teachers unions, who are bums, a big raise, and gonna take and who don't deserve it because the reading scores in New York are the worst in the world. And he's going to take personal property, the Mr. Zuzuzu, whatever the hell his name is, he's going to take and seize the lands from the capitalists and the small owners, and he's going to destroy the general middle class in the city, drive them out. Uh, Six fans swept up. Tell me, let me explain this to you. You win a game, you go berserk and you riot. What the hell is that? How's a man in my years gonna go to your goddamn games once I can walk again? I'll be going there, and I'll break a hip and I'll be in a wheelchair again, you bastards. Ay, ay, ay. They riot if they lose, they riot if they win. I think a lot of people are out of control nowadays. They gotta get into control. We gotta start busting heads. Yeah, what happened to the nightstick? Oh, the police used to have nightsticks. They hit you on the head if you got out of wine. And then out of line, and I mean, six fans go. And Tyler Swift, the billionaire lady who's gone with the football player. She plays both sides. They call her a traitor. I think she's a traitor because she's probably a Democrat or a Democrat, yeah, and votes that way. And not because she's chooses different teams. That's silly. Ah, the Jersey. Talk about a traitor state. The Jerseyans well, actually, I can't blame the Jerseyans. Most of the Jerseyans don't know what's going on. What they're doing is they're voting in. They have these professional commies who come in, and they're also true believers in the communism, which ironically are wealthy people. Yeah, you know, that way they can do their little revolutionary bullshit, excuse the language, and then go back to their richness. Hypocritical bastards. Yeah, but they're trying to have us cut out ice, but it's not going to work. You know, our mayor is going to be deported because he came in on the first percent chances, and he's going to let a lot of Jews die. He hates the Jews. And he has his masked Confederates coming in and rioting and terrorizing them. Telling you, the only man who's going to save this world, and they keep on trying to kill him, but he keeps on slipping through their hands because God is protecting him. Um, is Mr. Trump. We're going to get rid of this mayor soon. We're gonna get rid of that governor of New Jersey or no New York, the mask face. She got so much Botox. She's talking about complaining about too much plastic in the water. She got too much plastic in her face. And also, we're doing stuff. We're cutting out what weapons to mayor. NATO did not stick up with us in our war against Islam, the radicals, and Iran. And they said it's not our war. Well, maybe it's not our war to protect you from the risks. Yeah, let's see, because you're not that democratic anyway. England, the Belgians, they have hate crime things in which people can't speak their minds. So what are we defending? We're defending low-grade communism against Bolshevik bastards. They're the same cut from the he's cut from the same cloth as Putin. We're defending the Ukrainians, yes. And we're going to all this, but they're going to have to pay some money. Everybody's going to know more free load. How high or high war? Yeah, they keep on saying that the water is going to rise. The only thing that's rising is the temperature. As people get really riled up, everybody's willing to kill everybody else. Now, what the hate? Oh my God, the hate. Homeless addiction, yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, there's no such thing as homelessness and regular people getting it without a home. What it is you got your junkies. And it's not an alternate lifestyle, it's a lifestyle of destruction, self-destruction. And we're subsidizing. We're subsidizing. It's the craziest thing you ever heard in your life. Oh my God. Yeah, well, the governor of Staten Island, he says, they should do the teeth of the meth addicts. So they got no teeth, they can't go for a job. I think they can't go for a job because they're meth addicts. And that doesn't, and if far as the teeth, hey, look, I kind of Muslim tooth here, I want it taken care of. But it don't matter if I was doing meth, they have to give me all dentures there. It's crazy. What these liberals are going into the logical configuration in there, it's insanity. White House builds case for New Ballroom, which will be a fortress. You can't trust Iran. One thing is a beautiful thing. We killed most of the top leadership that's responsible for the last 50 years of terrorism, including the people behind the attack on Israel. But, and I say it was a real but, it's like a cancer. You have to take the whole cancer out and let the Iranian people, or they should say the Persians, take care of the rest. Say, well, it's going to be regime change. Yes, it'll be good regime change. We need this. We need this. We can't, and there'll be a picture of Trump in every Iranian or Persian or building. He'll be an icon. He'll get the burqa off the heads. Involuntary burqa. Oh, voluntary burqa is fine, my friends. But shooting the women if unless they wear the burqa, not so good. I mean, I believe that women should have their role as making a sandwich for a man and be under our leadership. But my God, the abuse. Rage at pro-Israel Muslim march. They're going after the Israelis are going to have a march and pro-Israeli Muslims. Oh, no, it's about Muslims who are more moderate and believe they can live with the Israelis as an Israeli state. Because not all Muslims are psychopaths. There's a certain segment, and they're getting free reign. We can't send a blind eye to this no more. We gotta bump them. No more blind eye to these monsters. Yeah, food co-op Israeli boycott. They're boycotting the Israelis. It's food co-op, but we have too many commies in this goddamn city. It's a look at this population implosion. We have 8 billion people. We're going to have more. We're going to lose half our population between wars and diseases and all that stuff. We're going to need more people. You know what they're going to do right now. It's like the left, and the right, not the right so much. The right wants to have a lot of babies, but the left don't want the babies. But then, if you have a raw population drop, people will be forced to have babies. And the very people who walk talking about no babies will be the ones to force it. Uh, and you got the U.S. in 2050 will be non-white. It'll be half a third world situation. I don't think that if you endorse white culture and new cultures coming in and validate each other's cultures, you could live in harmony. This whole place could turn into what you call different races. But if they come in with hate, they shouldn't be coming in. Then they're against the American way, and we don't like that. Yes, that's right. Close the books on those guys. That's what I say. Close the books on them. Zoe's market mix up. He's free food. He's gonna put all the bodegas out of business. Pink slips of our they're giving the pink slips of RS agents. Zoe's war housing, war on housing on personal property. He wants collective property. Well, that's how his family stole so much money from the Ugandans. Now he's pretending he is a Ugandan, a bastard. Anyway, things are going to be okay. Trump is in charge. The emperor, the kingmaker. He's not the king, he's the kingmaker, my friends. He's Trumpy indeed. He's my man, you see. He's gonna bury all the commies. Oh, I love me a Trumpy, I do. La 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 la.